Sheikh Professor Abdul Hadi Palazzi, leader of the Italian Muslim Assembly and co-chairman and co-founder of the Islam-Israel Fellowship, visited Jerusalem this week and met Jerusalem activist Aryeh King, director and founder of the Israel Land Fund. King met the Sheikh at the Intercontinental Seven Arches Hotel in East Jerusalem and explained why he chose this location for the beginning of their Jerusalem tour.
This is where the PLO was established, right here. And to remember, they established it when Jerusalem was divided, 48. This was not enough for them to be here. They wanted to continue to the west, to the end, including Tel Aviv.
Yes.
Once you understand that, you understand that what we are facing is not a struggle on Green Line, on Hebron, on Jericho, on East Jerusalem. We are struggling the future of Eretz Israel, including Tel Aviv, Haifa, and Ashdod. And unfortunately, many leaders, from our leaders, Israel, don't understand that. They don't understand that. And Baruch Hashem, thank God, we have a few people that do understand, like you, and you can teach our leaders what is the importance of this place. As we said, the Mufti, at the last 30s, he already wrote that here, at the Dome of the Rock, was the Temple of Solomon.
Yes.
So the Muslims, some Muslims understand better than our Jewish leadership what's the importance of the temple and what's the importance of being here in East of Jerusalem.
Palazzi's organization's main goal is promoting a positive Muslim attitude towards Jews in Israel based on the authentic Muslim sources. Sheikh Palazzi spoke to us about the negotiations between the PA and Israel and stated that Israel must continue building, especially while there are no actual negotiations.
The Israeli government needs courage to say that we stand for negotiation, but as long as the Palestinian Authority is not recognizing Israel as a Jewish state, what is the use of negotiating? This doesn't mean that Israel is waiting, but Israel, since there is no negotiating, is developing to make the situation in Israel, in Jerusalem, and until the sea, until to Tel Aviv, safer. Until now, the Palestinian Authority can think that time is working for them. They go home receiving money, they are doing nothing, the international community is paying their leaders, and they do nothing except using that money for their own leadership. But if they see that time is not working for them, as long as they do not want to recognize Israel, and as long as there is no negotiation, Israel is growing, that will produce some change.
Sheikh Palazzi opposes the current freeze of any Jewish construction in Judea and Samaria.
If Israel is accepting that until there are no further steps in negotiations, all settlements are frozen, new buildings are frozen, that is showing that Israel is weak. Maybe it is possible that the European Union will protest if new houses are built, that Obama will protest, but what can they do except protesting? Nothing. The best answer is expanding the presence of the Israeli population in all the territory to show that negotiation is not something which paralyzed when blocked, but it will, if someone doesn't accept to negotiate, then there is a future development.
But it's not only about diplomatic tactics and strategies of negotiation. Sheikh Palazzi believes that the Jews have a right to the entire land of Israel.
The natural right is for the Jewish people to have a right to manage the whole of Israel as their own country. I think that was the same idea of negotiation was a mistake, in the sense that it was giving support to a claim, in the sense that by winning the 6 Days War, the situation was that the former area of the Palestinian British Mandate was divided into two states, Jordan and Israel, having the Jordan River as their border. And what should be normal is to show that that is the situation. If there are some Jordanian citizens who accept to live abroad and to work in Israel, but by abiding by Israeli law, they can stay as foreign residents exist in every country. But if they claim that they have a right to establish another state on the Israeli territory, that claim cannot be accepted.
Sheikh Palazzi presents the history of the people who are now called the Palestinian nation to emphasize that they have no actual claim for the land.
PLO was not a state or a political authority. It was just a political organization, most of whose leaders were not even from this area, because Arafat was Egyptian, Faisal Husseini was from Iraq. So I think that the main mistake is legitimizing the claim that those people represent the local Arab population, even when the local Arab population was more inclined to say, I am Jordanian, I'm not, I recognize in that time King Hussein as my king. But who are those people coming, some from Egypt, and they have never been our leaders? But now I think that by Oslo, even those voices among the Arab were compelled to be silent, because the reality was that everyone was terrified, among the Arab was terrified to say it openly in Jerusalem or in Hebron. I oppose Arafat, I oppose Marwan Barghouti, and that was the situation that after Oslo, the situation became bad for Israelis, but also bad for the Arab population.
While it seems that Sheikh Palazzi's voice is a minority opinion in Islam, he tells us that there are many silenced voices that can actually be heard more and more these days, following the declarations and threats made by the Iranian president.
When Ahmadinejad said that Israel must be destroyed, together with other organizations, my institute arranged a demonstration in support of Israel in front of the Iranian embassy in Rome. And apart from my organization, there were other Muslim organizations and together with non-Muslim organizations taking part in the demonstration. And now the number of, there are many leaders of the Muslim communities in Rome that are refugees because they are opposing the prevalent extremist attitude which prevails in their country. So they say that the threat Israelis are facing is the same threat we find in our country.
You have a task like a prophet to reveal the inner meaning of the Bnei Ishmael, what people call today Islam. But there is an inner structure, a prophetic structure in the Islam, and you are the head of the spear of this task in the world.
Maybe from outside, maybe we will be convincing our leadership and our nation from people from overseas, and even not Jews. We'll explain the Jewish leadership that is ours.